then turn it off when you finish, otherwise we'll get feedback. Thank you. Next would be Karen Goldsmith.
My name is Karen Goldsmith. I'm with the law firm of Goldsmith and Grout, and we serve as regulatory counsel to the Florida Healthcare Association. Florida Healthcare Association has submitted written comments, which I fully support, and I'm not going to go over all of their comments, and there's other speakers here from Florida Healthcare that will touch on some of the subjects, but there are a couple of subjects that are particularly important to my clients and are also more legally oriented that I wanted to comment on. The first comment, and you're going to hear this from all different angles, is this issue about fuel. I think ALFs, and many of the ALFs, have a particularly difficult situation with storing 96 hours worth of fuel because many of them are in residential areas and they can't necessarily, or they're near a school, and they're not going to be able to store 96 hours worth of fuel safely. In the rule, there is the ability to waive this part if there's a conflicting local ordinance restricting the amount of fuel storage. Then the facility can be reduced to having to maintain it, but we submit that there's more than just ordinances. There are also environmental requirements, homeowner association rules. There's lots of things that could restrict fire department requirements, the amount of fuel that can be stored in an ALF, and we think that that should be broadened if this is going to stay in the rule. The other point, the storm and flooding areas, that I think that's been adequately and very well covered. And the last thing that I would like to talk about is the notification to the residents. 3 notifications in a short period of time is pretty extreme, because typically this part of the process doesn't take that long. It's the part between when the plan's approved and you have completed the project that's going to take a long period of time. And notifying the residents when you've submitted the plan and when it's been approved, I think doesn't serve any real purpose, because the residents typically don't understand what the plan means and really don't care if it's approved. What they do care about is the final implementation, and I think 1 notification would be adequate in that area. And another reason is the elderly people who are in assisted living facilities and nursing homes, when they get a notification about something, they get concerned, and they start worrying about why they're getting this notification. I think a positive notification at the end of the project that it's been done is sufficient. And they aren't the enforcers that need to be enforcing the time frame here. And I just think it's just adds a burden to our residents to give them all these notifications. That's the end of my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Robin Blair.